seen the Aztec Explorer running in there. Elephant Killer. Excellent Explorer name. Normally I would rely slightly on my co-caster for more in-depth analysis of the civs, but as I said, no co-caster was available. Both these players getting out fairly standard first shipments. 3 villas for the Aztecs and 1 villager from this village, and the town 2 villagers, I think, because that also sends a bill from the TC for China. I do miss a good co-caster, but we'll see how it goes. Not too much to talk about. Well, in H1, just grabbing treasures and exploring the map and stuff. I also can't remember how to turn on the fog because I know a lot of people like to watch that way with the fog on for both players. I do enjoy the lock camera feature of this new UI. Props to Ace for that. It allows you to cast without casting. I've done it on some of my personal streams when we're just playing show matches. Looks like Kiljardi aging up pretty quickly, expecting some aggressive play out of Boneng, but Boneng setting up 3 settlers here might be in for some aggression, some early aggression. In my limited knowledge of this matchup, early aggression really can't hurt for the Aztecs. Even if they don't kill China right away, they could. It's always great for them to do a little bit of extra damage because China's Fortress Age is just so amazing. Going down right away with the War Hut here, and Kiljardi noticing that right away, so definitely not going to be any surprises from Boneng on the Kiljardi side. Boneng losing that Outlaw Rider right away to these Kung Fu masters over here. The Outlaw Rider could have been can obviously be pretty valuable in some situations just because it's got a good amount of HP and speed, but not overly amazing, obviously. Let's see how they did in H1. Looks like both of them just grabbing lots of good treasures. That was really obvious. Definitely say Kiljardi came ahead in H1 by the looks of it. Actually, no, they look pretty much tied. 50 wood, 60 food. Gonna be helpful. Looks like Kiljardi just going for a straight old-fashioned fast fortress play with China, and Boneng doing exactly what you would expect, and just playing aggressive against Kiljardi's fast fortress. I'm wondering about this wonder placement though. I'm not entirely sure why the wonder is placed way out here, but I'm sure perhaps Kiljardi knows a few things that I don't, which isn't really all that difficult to know a few things that I don't. Oh, Kiljardi losing a Vill there. Almost losing a second one here. So far this aggressive play is going extremely well for Boneng because he's just going to get this wonder no problem, completely uncontested. And this wonder is not going to serve any purpose for Kiljardi at all. And now Kiljardi representing absolutely no military unit population and only probably roughly halfway aged up. We'll look at shipments. Oh dear. Text being researched. Yeah, just over halfway, losing another Vill. This is not going well for Kiljardi at all. That's 3 Vills down. little bit of lag there. 4 vills down for Kiljardi. Now only on 17 villagers. It looks like Boneng is just gonna right click on his town center, and all the power to him, really. Kiljardi doesn't have almost anything to even begin to counter this. Desperation shipping 8 Chuko Nu to try and relieve some of the pressure, and calling Minutemen here, or calling sentries, but I just don't think it's going to be enough, because Coyote Runner is going to get all over those Chuko Nu, and Kiljardi also very limited on population, almost staged up here, so I believe this wonder gives him a handful of arquebusiers, but this TC is going to go down just before he ages up, and that just spells absolute disaster. There's pretty much no coming back from this, unfortunately, for Kiljardi. Does get a handful of arquebusiers out, but just looks like he's never going to have been given a chance to live here, because a lot of his vills going down, and these Coyote Runners are just going to get right up into the arquebusiers. Extremely decisive victory for Boneng. Takes that one without any issues at all. Just completely dispatching China. No problem. Alright, well, not going to be a lot to look at in the post game. Just a simple, extremely aggressive Aztec rush with not great wonder placement, and Kiljardi just perhaps expecting Boneng to play the age-up game like he tends to, but no dice for him. Yeah, not that interesting. Kiljardi obviously lost quite a few vills there before Boneng was sieging his TC even, which obviously isn't going to help him out at all. And it just looks like his base, I don't know if he just wasn't expecting this or his base is just set up poorly, but either way, I'm not going to keep these two players waiting, so we're just going to head right onto the second game. Second map going to be Hudson Bay, a semi-water map. Can spawn 2 different ways, and we're going to see how the counter sieving goes, because Boneng does need to pick his civ first here, and then Kiljardi will get free pick after that, so he can pick any counter civ he so desires. I should point out that the media team predicted 3-2 in Kiljardi's favor, so Kiljardi got some catch up to do now in order to make their predictions true. I'm not sure how the betting went. I signed up for betting, but I never actually did it. Or I haven't bet anything just yet. Just let.
Yes.
We'll just see what Boneng picks, and then we'll see how Kiljardi decides to react to it. Kiljardi may also not play China again. Is another rule. the link to this again, twitch.tv. There we go. Just wondering for people in the chat, or maybe somebody that I have on Skype could let me know, is the audio fuzzy or just otherwise, just fuzzy when there's a noise? Because that's a problem I have with my computer sometimes. I might be able to fix it. Looks like Kiljardi just taking his time, picking out his next civ. Not sure how to play against the Ottomans, or maybe he thinks they're banned or something like that.
Are you ready?
Interesting picks. Obviously, Ottomans received a reasonable nerf in the fan patch. I've forgotten a few of the things that were nerfed, but what I do know is that Janissary HP was reduced. Oops. I do know that Janissary HP was reduced. Abyss Gun's rate of fire was increased to 3.5 seconds between shots, so that's also nerf. And there were a few other things. Mosques cost a little bit more, but their XP trickle is also increased slightly. But we'll do units in queue and shipment set. I find those to be pretty interesting. Or yeah, that ought to do it. So Boneng, now it's 1-0. 1-0 in Boneng's favor, and we're on to the second game. Kiljardi playing the Portuguese here, and Boneng playing the Ottomans. For Kiljardi, this was definitely not well. I'm honestly not sure about how this ice actually affects the play on the water. Whether it just makes the water more difficult to control from the land side, and Portuguese are obviously, or most likely, going to want to play a water related game against the Ottomans on a map like this. Only 4 whales for him to work off of here once all the fish have been eaten away. Looks like Kiljardi might just chase around Boneng's Explorer for the entire game. Not really sure why. Boneng trying to slip out of the snare there. That's a really, I'd say, pro tactic. Well, looks like he made it out. I'd say that's definitely a pro tactic. What you want to do is you put your own Explorer in melee mode, or just have him walk over to the other Explorer and hit him, and then it'll snare your opponent's Explorer and allow you a window to get away with your own. So Boneng managing to do that with a little help from our good buddy Caribou, and picking himself up a 40 coin treasure. I was talking about the matchup before I got distracted. Ottomans have quite a few options despite their nerf. They can play H2. They can be really aggressive. They've got excellent semi-fast fortresses. But I honestly don't know how they fare in this matchup anymore. I find rushing Portuguese to be extremely difficult. And looks like Kiljardi going to definitely be playing for the water here. CM in his deck. And Boneng also going to play on the water. I that it slipped my mind that Ottomans can also play on the water quite well. A lot of people in the chat asking, is it a best of 5? Yes, it is a best of 5 series, and it's extremely overdue as well. It's I think tomorrow, Sunday, is the last day that round of 32 matches are allowed to be played because they should have been done by last Sunday. Kiljardi picking himself up a native scout. These things are extremely useful in the early game and even into the rest of the game. They can be extremely useful because they can stealth, and you can just hide them wherever you're feeling. Kiljardi stacking a shipment here. Looks like he's gonna just hold on to it until H2. Boneng going up with a second trade post. I wish I had more knowledge on like just 1v1s in general, because I'm not honestly sure what that means. Like, whether that means he's going to be aggressive. I think trade posts just are good overall, no matter what he's going to do. Looks like he's even going to go up with a third trade post here and just bank on Kiljardi playing extremely economically or passive, and perhaps just looking to control the entire trade route and even stagecoach it, which could be extremely strong because trading posts on wood with stagecoach are worth 4 vils each, which is incredible. That essentially doubles Ottoman's early game eco because they can't make settlers very fast at all. Looks like, yeah, Boneng having no plans at all. Oh, that is weird. It makes a mooing noise. I installed way back in the day, I installed oh, looks like we're gonna have a treasure contention here. Not looking good for Boneng. This polar bear is extremely tanky. Oh, looks like this isn't going to go well for Boneng at all. Boneng going to just try and take down the bear, but looks like he's going to lose his explorer and the treasure because it's everybody against Ivilia Celebi, or however you say that. Poor guy. Looks like he might actually be able to get the bear down in time. Oh, it's going to be so close. Oh, looks like he managed to get the treasure against all odds. I'm pretty sure that's... Wow. Wow, I'm extremely surprised. He's definitely going to lose his explorer here, but managing to get the treasure. Boneng shipping 700 coin and 700 wood right away, so he's going to be aging to H3 in no time at all. Well, Kiljardi looks like he might be definitely going to do a Huss semi. Looks like they're going to harass this settler for quite a while. Almost managing to kill it. Crow Scout OP get punched to death. Oh, is he gonna make it? It's gonna be close. Oh, losing the settler. But trading the settler for the scout, not sure which is more valuable. The settler obviously provides a more, a simpler advantage or a simpler leg up. While the scout, information can be key. It's like Kiljardi looking for cool stuff up here, or just planning on, or just sees that this is being herded. Actually, could get this vil for free and stall the market if he manages to kill it in time. Oh, looks like he's gonna try. Right, did get the market up. Boneng just gonna lose that settler and more raids. But Boneng should be up to the third age pretty soon here. Not going to lose any more vils by the looks of it. Did tech the trade route, so now he's got 1,000,000 vils for free, and this is an extremely in-meta play. I've been seeing it more and more and more. The stagecoach upgrade on the trade route, but looks like Kiljardi catching on to that and gonna start sieging down all these trade posts one by one. Not totally sure what Boneng has in mind. Almost looks like he's interested in going up to the industrial age. Is shipping did ship? Oh no, didn't ship those. Oh no, that's his. Oh, he went up to the fortress age with the hussars. Should be able to use those to stop up these hussars over here from killing his trade empire. Let's see how they choose to micro here. Obviously, really strong cav micro from both these players. But looks like Boneng doing a pretty good job against. Oh, a little bit of mishap there, but Boneng actually managing, almost gonna ace this fight here and take 4 hussars down for absolutely free. But unfortunately, Kiljardi coming out with another 4 hussars here realizes how critical it is to get these trade posts down, or even better, to get them under his control. But Boneng getting an extremely good engagement there, and looks like he's not going to get caught unless Kiljardi just chases him to the end of the earth. Boneng has steel traps as well, but looks like Boneng might even go for a revolt. And his deck might have been like a bit of a. Does have 8 hussars, so that's a pretty much the only card you actually need for a revolt. But looks like he might have just played the fake game by having a water deck. Well, this deck definitely has quite a lot of options. Can do H2 or even H3 play. But I think a revolt would be extremely interesting, and I think Kiljardi's probably going to be able to figure it out once. That is annoying. I need to uninstall that, especially while I'm casting. The thing is, any carts in the game, like factory wagons and stuff like that, they all make that obnoxious mooing noise. I think for treaty players, it reminds them that they're there. Boneng definitely repaired that trade post while gonna try his best to fake out these hussars here so he can save the trade post, but seems pretty foolhardy to me. And 8 on 4, not excellent odds, and Boneng's just gonna lose his trade post. Probably not the end of the world, but I'm really not sure what he's looking to do here. Is he in transition right now? Text being searched. Yeah, just going up to H4 there with 3 Spahis, and I think the 3 Spahis could do a fairly good job against the hussars, but Kiljardi now getting out some dragoons, and oh, this is an excellent engagement for Boneng. These Spahis are just going to smash these hussars into pieces. I remember playing with Spahis when I was like a master sergeant, and everybody thought they could beat my 5 Spahis. Oh, not a great engagement now. I'm gonna lose these Spahis for essentially free. Those would have been extremely handy for him later on in the game, but I'm just gonna lose those to the dragoons. Did manage to stop Kiljardi from getting up that trade post, and now looking to secure it himself, but doesn't look like that's going to happen at all. Boneng still piling resources as well. Shipped a factory. Really not sure what he might be doing here. Maybe he's just going to use the factory to get additional hussars out, or I'm honestly not sure, but I don't see many other ways for this to go besides a revolt from Boneng. It looks like he's shifting his resources around now with the market to yep, looks like he's definitely going to shift around his resources to get the golden 1,000, 1,000, and 1,000 required to revolt, and then we're just going to see how well Kiljardi can handle it. Oh, fort here. That would definitely dent Kiljardi's plans. Should see the revolt go into queue. Yep, there we go. So Boneng going to do an Ottoman revolt, and we'll see how well he can manage to do it against these dragoons. If he manages to see this factory, it's going to be huge, because I don't think there's almost any way for Kiljardi to save it. Now Boneng has spotted this They call it factory. Boneng now spotted the fort. Colonial Militia do extremely well against any cavalry. Since they have a ranged bonus, so they do and losing the fort right away. So that is huge for Boneng. Now, Kiljardi can only hope. I'm not honestly sure what Kiljardi can do against this now. These Hussars being Imperial, and Boneng even has a factory out, so he might be making. Oh, he no resources, so he's making great bombards out of this factory, which I would love to see him play. I remember I was completely obsessed with those things, like back when all I did was play against computers. So to see them in play at this level would be pretty insane. Boneng doesn't have a shipment yet. Oh, has sent out a shipment, 16 Colonial Militia, and Kiljardi obviously in his very best interest to get the trade post down as fast as he possibly can to stem Boneng's XP supply. Calling out Miniman here, so Boneng gonna jump right back. And Kiljardi right now just massing Dragoons like a complete madman, as anybody would do in this situation. Colonial Militia obviously still going to do extremely well against the Dragoons, perhaps not in this quantity. Oh, Boneng could pick up those. Yeah, going to get in some good raids here while pick up 3 vills. Now Kiljardi shipped Cassadors, but these Hussars might get caught here. Oh, just gonna sneak away. Colonial Militia are classified as heavy infantry, so the Cassadors do quite well against them. Oh, first great bombard out in the field. I'd really love to see this just destroy all 8 of those Cassadors. Oh no, he's gonna spot it. Run, little bombard. Uh-oh. Well, you're dead. Oh, I love this. What a wonderful unit. Kapow. Do it again. Great bombards are obviously not extremely good against cavalry, but I find them just to be amusing nonetheless. And these 2 dudes shoving this thing around are definitely Iron Man in disguise. Boneng getting out another shipment of 16 Colonial Militia and still controls all 3 trade posts. I believe I can't tell if they're on XP. We'll watch his XP here. Yeah, definitely has the trade post on experience. Hoping to get as many shipments as he can. Oh, gonna lose all these units against these extremely good, quote unquote veteran Hussars, which are actually Imperial. And looks like this bombard, I'd love to see a bombard shot at Bills. Yeah, do it. Have run into a bit of lag here. Kiljardi, excellent economy currently. Oh, just gonna shoot the town center instead of a few villagers with a great bombard. But Kiljardi's fills up with an excellent economy. Boneng gonna having some trouble with these Hussars. Kiljardi all over those, but looks like he's gonna lose this town center in a real hurry here. And then lose all the villagers inside. Not honestly sure who's at an advantage here. Kiljardi seems to be doing okay against Boneng's revolt, but doesn't really have an answer for these Colonial Militia at this time. It looks like he might just head over and try and take away Boneng's factory, which could be an interesting play. Didn't notice that great bombard. Having a bit of a nap, I suppose, but Kiljardi is gonna lose a second town center, which is gonna trash his map control. Getting out 4 Mamelukes, the newly nerfed shipment. We'll see how Boneng decides to react to. Looks like he's gonna sacrifice this great bombard in interest of his factory. Oh, getting out another 16 Colonial Militia, which is excellent. Going to be able to save that factory. And honestly, it's not looking great for Kiljardi at all now. Doesn't really have much of an answer to anything that Boneng has. Obviously, Mamelukes are an outstanding unit, but is there's just so many colonial militia, and these Cassadors would just get completely demolished by this Great Bombard. Just 500 damage to everything in an area of 5. Kabang! Any second. Yeah. Every hit is just a nightmare for the Cassadors, but looks like he's gonna shoot down the Bombard with the Dragoons. Oh my gosh. Just gonna slam everything in now and just hope for the best. Colonial Militia's ranged bonus against these Mamluks doing work, though. Managing to cut down Mamluks at a pretty fast rate considering how buff they are. That's another 2 Great Bombards out. I wonder where... Does he have another? Maybe it's a shipment? Or maybe he had one already? Not totally sure. Kiljardi also really running the risk here of just running out of resources in his base. He's just does not have the resources he once did. Boneng also having the trade post and now is training colonial militia from his town center. So things really not looking good for Kiljardi at all. And I find it extremely amusing to see these in play. Losing, oh my gosh, he lost Cassadors from the cannonballs bouncing off of the villagers. Oh my gosh, that is so amazing. I haven't seen that since I was a corporal. What a wonderful and somewhat irrelevant unit. Oh, bad Dragoon pop. Gonna lose 3 of those for free. Or yes, gonna lose 3 of those Dragoons essentially for free. And Boneng in a commanding position now has complete map control. All the trade posts under his control, and is just able to keep cranking out units. Kiljardi does have 2 Culverins in queue, which are probably his only hope now. With a 3rd Great Bombard coming onto the field here, we'll see what he can manage to get together, but just going to rapidly lose all of his buildings and get housed now, so he's not going to be able to put any more units in queue. Does have 3 Culverins in queue, though, if he can manage to... Yeah, it's going to panic throw up this other house here so that he can try and get more Culvs in queue, but not going to be soon enough, and we'll see what he can make happen with these Culverins and the rest of his army here. Going to need some really tight micro. 1 Great Bombard going down almost immediately, but just an enormous amount of colonial militia, and the 2 other Great Bombards being rushed away. Culverin's getting another good volley. Shot the wrong Bombard, though, unfortunately. Leaving both on low HP. Colonial Militia just being rushed in here, and Kiljardi just losing. Looks like Boneng's just not going to bother with the Culverins at all and just kill everything else, making the Culverins now essentially useless. And Kiljardi resigning again. Another decisive and well planned out victory by Boneng, which brings him up to 2-0 in the series. Even had ironclads out. I did not notice that. Yeah, that concludes game 2. Another extremely decisive victory from Boneng. He seemed to be in an extremely comfortable position for almost the entire game. And I thought it was magical to see Great Bombards out on the field. They're just, I don't know. I don't think they're actually very good units or artillery, but it's just an amusing unit to see. I did rake in least resources, a prestigious award in a game like this. Kiljardi obviously outgathering Boneng by a landslide, but didn't matter because Boneng just so many colonial militia, and having the trade route under his control for the entire game was just just an immeasurable advantage for him. And yeah, don't know what else to say about that game, but as last time, I'm not going to keep these 2 waiting for all that long. Just a really decisive victory from Boneng, showing excellent mechanical skill and a really good build. Kiljardi did seem a little confused as to what he wanted to do, just playing ports extremely standard, trying to build up against the Ottomans and wait for his economy to outrun the Ottoman player, but just never allowed to get to that point. So we're gonna pop out of this game and head on to the next one. Just gonna wait for Kiljardi's invite. I'm on. Let's see what map is next. I'm honestly not sure. I'm just guessing. Oh, let's see if I'm serious. Semi-arid zone by highland choke points are not scarce for their region. That's definitely a lie. And I'm describing completely the wrong map here. Semi. I honestly don't remember which. Oh, I think I know which one this is. I think it's the one with the river with shallows on the right, and then there's like an upper plateau area on the left with some llamas. I think that's the...
Yes.
Yeah, it looks like Kiljardi's got this one figured out. Now on to match point. Kiljardi at risk of being eliminated by just some solid play and pretty good luck from Boneng. I was surprised he was able to take that game without having a stable. Boneng gonna play China, and I'm just gonna wait on Kiljardi's pick. He cannot play China. Kiljardi has to pick first. Oh my, I'm making a mistake. I did misread the rules here, and somehow I've been put online. glad somebody somebody reminded me. It looks like these Boneng was all ready to go with that. I didn't OMG, somebody tell him the rules in the map. Everyone in the chat freaking out. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I had the rules wrong. I didn't take I had a lot of time, but somehow I just didn't it didn't cross my mind to check the round of 32 rules since they seem to change up like almost every single round. But yeah, it does say players will agree to the matchup for the first game and the following games will be alternating pick. Starting with the winner of the first game. Please see the example below, blah, 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 blah. Yes, it is similar to. Alright, looks like they're going to go in with French and China. Hope I'm not making any more mistakes with the rules. I do apologize to everybody that I had mistaken the rules previously. We're going to go into game 3 here with Kiljardi out on the ropes. Facing elimination in this game if he can't manage to beat Boneng's China with France. French, I believe, is one of the better civs on the fan patch. I saw a few threads on the forums about people picking French more and more. But so like I said, hopefully I got the rules right with Kiljardi picking French first and then Boneng picking China. And this was the correct map. I did look that up. Yeah, gonna go into the last game here. French obviously extremely versatile and an extremely basic civ, very simple to play, but still lots of opportunity to win the game. And China, same thing as game one. Always interested in going H3. Their H2 play is not stellar, but I have seen some examples from AZAMP and some other players of China being extremely strong in H2. And just yeah, lots of different things French can do. China a little bit more linear, so we're gonna see how it goes. Once again, not sure what else to say. We're gonna do like I usually do, units in queue and shipments sent. I find that to be the most interesting because it gives you a look at the future as well as the past a little bit. Looks like Boneng gonna be getting an Incan Huam Inca. That is a tongue twister and a half. Now this guy can be extremely valuable in the early game because of his high siege damage. He doesn't even like, as far as forward bases are concerned, he doesn't even need to kill the villager. He can just siege down the building that the villager is making, and with extremely high speed. Looks like Boneng also doing a fairly good job picking up llamas. Currently 2 llamas, 3, and now might just end up losing his explorer to this guy because this thing is just the this Humanka or Huaminka. The Huaminka, I always call it Humanka, whatever. just this, the hand attack on it is insane, and it's extremely good at killing explorers or anything. It also has more speed than an explorer, so that even without a snare, would have no problem just catching up to this guy and murdering him in cold blood. So Kiljardi definitely going to lose his explorer right away, and 45 XP going to go to Boneng. No problems there. Kiljardi looks like he's going to be doing a pretty standard, playing fairly standard so far with a market start. No trade posts on this map. Dead llama. Poor llama. What did he ever do? He didn't have to die this way. Oh, we'll remember you, llama corpse. Things looking. See, this is much better. So far, looking like a much better base setup than Kiljardi had in the first game. It's a lot of build points. That is a lot of build points. However, Boning's Zuda box not looking so great. For those that don't know, Zuda box is where your economy is contained in, and Zuda would have all this be sort of in here. And Boneng doesn't have a lot of hunting options if he were to get pressured early, which might happen. Not totally sure. Kiljardi also getting placer mines, so by the looks of it, he might just be going for Samwise build. Yep, stacking up 125 wood right away. So most likely going to get steel traps right away. And there it goes, steel traps in queue, and wouldn't be surprised to see 700 wood and just a really standard Samwise build. Which honestly, I'm not 100% sure of the ins of the how the Samwise build works exactly. Kiljardi managed to sneak this stable out over here, as he knows that this Huaminka is extremely dangerous to any forward aggression here. Can just stab poor villagers. Kiljardi also using his scout very nicely to gather some knowledge. Looks like Boneng definitely not going to do anything all that anti-meta and just head up to the third age right away. Probably going to see 700 coin from him immediately. Not sure how the 4 careers factors into the oh, not going to build the house. Oh, there we go. Not sure how 4 couriers factors into this exact build. Also looks like he might just be going for a high eco semi, 5 husk semi, to try and be in the Fortress Age at the same time. But also looks like he's going to lose his Explorer for a second time. Another 45 XP into Boneng's experience treasury, something. Kiljardi perhaps a little bit salty. Decides to kill Pukong here with his hussars and get 45 XP of his own. Actually, this guy's worth a lot. Yeah, 90 XP. Gonna kill these outlaw pistoleros. Looks like they're interested in dying. Not putting up much of a fight there at all. Not really sure why that is. Gonna send a Cour des Bois out to grab that treasure, because as we all know, in tournaments the Explorer Glitch is frowned upon, and I shouldn't even mention it. Boneng obviously right on top of his villagers here, not going to lose any at all, and going up with an extremely tight base, and looks like he's going to be up to the Fortress Age almost unharassed with a consulate going up so that he can send intervention. And looks like these 4 hussars are not going to be able to get almost any work done from it all. This villager, though, in a bit of a risky position. Summer Palace popping out its first standard army, I believe. That's what this is? I've honestly never played China. Kiljardi popping out another 4 hussars, and in my opinion, that is not the right move for him. He needs to age up almost. He needs to age up in a real hurry here, and it doesn't look like he's in any position to do that right now. And it's just going to be sitting here stuck with these hussars against a death ball of redcoats, arquebusiers, and just insane H3 China cavalry. Is going to pick up the second scout though. But as far as I'm concerned, as far as I know, things not. Oh, he did go up to the fortress age. Whoops, my bad. So Kiljardi also up to the fortress age. That changes everything. Now he can build his own H3 units and not get steamrolled by a China death ball, which might happen anyway. Boneng popping out, some H3 Chinese cavalry. Obviously, these cavalry are just extremely good units. In my experience, they do an extremely good job at killing lots of things because they have. It's one of these two. The meteor hammers, yes, they have additional hand attack range, so they just shred cannons because they can attack over top of things. Looks like they're going to come in and have a nice little raid here. Should be getting these hussars back. Honestly, this fight doesn't look outstanding at all for Boneng. I'm surprised Kiljardi didn't go in there because 3 pikemen are probably not going to do the trick against all 8 hussars. But at this level, I've seen players micro extremely well, and Kiljardi also could have been worried about getting baited and having a lot more units behind the scenes come and cause him large problems. Boneng shipping 5 meteor hammers first in H3, which is an interesting play. I think. I'm not sure if this is what people usually do, or if they usually ship. I think 13 arquebusiers would be or sorry, 10 arquebusiers would be a more standard play, or what's the card? Intervention for I think 9 redcoat musketeers, which are obviously an extremely strong unit from the British consulate, which in H3 are going to be halfway between an H3 musketeer and an H4 musketeer, so they do have just a leg up automatically on every other H3 unit by being halfway between H3 and H4. Not sure how things looking for either player, because both have excellent potential going into the later stages of H3, because French's economy is obviously extremely strong with the Cour des Bois, and they're obviously essentially indestructible as far as ranged units are concerned. I mean, this entire block of infantry here probably wouldn't even be able to volley down the Cour des Bois, but Boneng now coming out with those redcoats, fairly decent stats on them, and Kiljardi going to go for an evening ride out to catch some peasants. Hopefully, unfortunately, not many peasants to catch. All of them quite well protected. But this scout gonna be really handy because now Kiljardi knows exactly what Boneng has and how much of it he has, and that it's coming towards his base. So we'll see how this fight goes. For now, it's looking like it's gonna go extremely in Boneng's favor. These cavalry units are just so strong, and so are the redcoats. This is the China death ball that we're talking about here, and just running straight into those Cour des Bois. Getting chased off by the dragoons, though, obviously. Just grab a quick drink. Oops. please, Cass? Just reading the chat here because not a lot of interesting stuff going on here. All Boneng's villas are extremely well protected. These two hussars not going to be able to do much of anything, and I feel like the game is just going to slowly slide into China's favor more and more and more because of how good their units are. Hi. Hussars not being able to accomplish anything at all. Maybe he might have scouted this village, but now coming out with 2 cannons for Kiljardi. Obviously, Falconets are a really good unit, and Boneng coming out with 10 arquebusiers. So both of these players are about as ready as they can be for a fight now. But Boneng's army is just extremely strong compared to Kiljardi's. As far as I know, just from like I'm not an expert. Obviously, we should all well know this, but things not looking outstanding. But so far, we're just playing second lieutenant style and just massing up units in our bases and making villagers and clicking buttons and shipping things, both still with fairly even scores. Running into a bit of a lag issue here, but these two are about as far apart on the planet as they could possibly be. Kiljardi is a European player, and Boneng is from the Japanese community, which means he lives in Japan. All right, guys. How much longer do we have to wait? We want to see stuff get blown up. I feel like it's just going to be like one sudden decisive fight, and then just one of them is going to resign because they're going to be dead. Or maybe these armies will just cancel out really well. Kiljardi moving his army forward a bit because he's not. Oh, there are raids going on. Did not see that on the map. I'm not sure how many bills went down there. Oh, I don't have any of this stuff on. Maybe you guys like that better. Not sure. That's helpful. Both these guys floating huge military unit populations. So whenever you treaty players say that you're dealing with bigger armies, always in treaty, I say not necessarily. Because these armies are larger than you would generally use in treaty, but this could be an extremely weird fight. With these cliffs here, gonna block those falconets might get taken out by the flying crow. This could be interesting. Looks like Boneng does not fear for his village, and he's just going to take the opportunity to completely bypass Kiljardi's army and right-click on his base. Luckily for Kiljardi, nothing here. 4 CDB total. Oh, the CDB's not giving me to see it coming. Executed. Just shot him in the back. Looks like both players going for a really weird sort of base trade. This is extremely risky. Like, what if all that cav show up, man? Uh-oh. This game is about to get extremely messy in a real hurry because all these villas look pretty vulnerable, but for some reason Kiljardi's anti-cav is on the other side of the map, and he might just looks like Boneng thinks he might be getting baited, but gonna dive in there anyway. And looks like Kiljardi just gonna lose all of this stuff. Also, having lost his TC there, not really sure what I think of that. Maybe it was an elaborate plan to bait these cav to try and get his own cav on here, but looks like he just lost a massive amount of skirmishers and one of his cannons just for free, essentially. Got a handful of builds, but that's not going to matter if he loses his whole army. And As I said, this fight did not look good at all, losing his cannon, the remainder of the skirmishers, so now he just has no answer at all for all of his infantry, besides a handful of gendarmes, gendarmes, or cuirassiers, because people call them gendarmes all the time, which annoys some people. And things just not looking good for Kiljardi at all. He traded his town center and his entire base for 2 villages, I believe, and now just sort of running around with cavalry. Not sure what he had in mind. Just maybe he was not feeling overly confident. Now he's just getting snared here and just getting beaten up by all of his cavalry thugs, which have a huge amount of hit points, and with the double-faced armor shipment have enormous range resistance. But looks like Kiljardi gonna slowly getting wrecked by that village there on the attack. Looks like Kiljardi gonna slowly clean up all this cab, but I don't really know where he can go from here, to be honest. Training a bunch more cuirassiers. But things not looking good for him. All these villas completely unprotected and nowhere to mine with these now. He's going to have to head out to the middle of the map or back to his base. Boneng might lose these villas, depending on when he notices and sticks them in the village. Yep, noticing the villas sticking in the village now, but Kiljardi did manage to clean up all of Boneng's cavalry, but Boneng now in a commanding position. Oh my. Okay, so Kiljardi must have managed to kill a huge amount of villagers for the villager count to be so low for Boneng. And oh, this does have interjections calculator, so those CDV are being multiplied by 1.2. But we'll see how this goes for Kiljardi now. It doesn't look like he intends to rebuild his town center, but it's going to be difficult for him to come back and kill any of Boneng's army, or just be able to deal with Boneng's army in general. A lot of redcoats out on the field now, and the 5 skirmishers are just not going to make all those redcoats go away, and neither is this stack of gendarmes. Oh, there's a real nail in your coffin. Manchurian. Manchu. Frick, what are those called? Where are they anyway? They're blue. Where are the blue things? Boneng maybe losing some villagers here. Redcoats out harassing him, and this single iron flail also harassing. Looks like they're both going to send their armies up to these villagers over here. And Kiljardi is just going to fight with his Cour des Bois. Harassing over here with cuirassiers. Where are those Manchu anyway? Like, were they shipped a long time ago and they're already dead? Oh, no, there they are. Yeah, Manchu. I thought there was some other word to them, like a Manchu horse archer or something like that. Probably just because I'm tired and it's like 3 in the morning at the time. But looks like Kiljardi just going to slam everything in here and fight with his villas. Gendarme is an extremely good unit, but I don't think it's going to be enough of these Redcoat Musketeers. Actually, looking like he's doing a pretty good job. Gendarme's showing their strength here in a big way. But, oh. And, as I'm saying, they all get cleaned up by the Redcoats, and looks like Kiljardi just has nothing left to fight with his villas, and just has absolutely no answer for these Manchu at all. Now he's lost his entire army. 1 Dragoon left, captain of all of these Cour des Bois. But I mean, it is a tournament game, and he is facing elimination right now, so I guess he might as well try his best, but there he goes. Very decisive series for Boneng, taking it 3-0, which is not what the media team had predicted. Sorry, I'm not very good at multitasking. That's why I'm stuttering like crazy here. Kiljardi once again looked a little bit confused in his gameplay. Not exactly sure what he wanted to do. Playing the typical pro pro player thing and mentioning lag, but I'm not gonna bash on people. Sometimes it can be frustrating to lose a series like that. Also, floating two shipments because he lost his town center and just had nowhere to ship anything. Um, yeah, another just seemed to have waited far too long to engage and just didn't pressure, just allowed Boneng to mass up just an enormous Chinese H3 army, which is obviously arguably the strongest that this game has to offer as far as H3 unit compositions are concerned. And his economy was not even close to enough to make enough units. He also lost his base. Not sure what else there is to say. I get least resources again. Very proud. I don't know why I have 100 resources. Um, Looks pretty simple. Units killed, units lost. Resources gathered. Kiljardi obviously going to do a better job, or going to be able to outgather China through the entire early to mid game, just because of how strong France's economy is compared to any other civ, besides maybe British. Or that even then, it just depends on how much you allow the British to boom. And things just never looking good for him at all on the military population graph. Just constantly constantly behind, constantly losing. And this fight here, obviously, with the gendarmes just getting completely destroyed. And so that's it. Boneng taking the series, no problem. And he moves on to face Garja.